This is From the Pro, conversations with the creators at the proletariat. Here's Jim Bratton.
Today we're talking to Danielle Colombo, and she's the owner of Sunset Refillery. We're going to do several things today. I want to get a little bit of your background, and then I want to hear exactly what a refillery is and how you happen to get into that business. And then we'll talk about what people can do to interface with you and how you can save them money and help the environment simultaneously. So, a little bit about yourself, Danielle.
Well, I grew up here in Galveston. I grew up in nature and on the beach close to the water. And then I moved off to San Marcos to go to Texas State University and was also around a body of water there, the river. So I always find my way back to a body of water. And I moved back last year to start the Refillery after a 5-year career in teaching elementary and middle school art. So, yeah, I just like to keep my options open and try different things. And I got inspired by one of the refill shops in San Marcos that opened during or a little bit before COVID happened.
Right.
So I always thought it would be cool to have a refill shop, and Galveston didn't have one. So I'm just filling the void.
Now that we've talked about what a refill shop does, let's talk about how you got to be there. Let's now talk about what the whole concept is. I'm sure a lot of people listening do not know what a refillery is.
Yes. So it's also part of my job to educate people on what it is. So there's actually several refill shops in other countries like Australia, the UK. So it's not a new concept, but in the United States, it's pretty not like novel to people here. So it's pretty easy to understand. Basically, you just have the opportunity to bring your own container, an existing container, to refill anything that can be pumped, scooped, or put in a container that's liquid, cream. A lot of places have dry goods refill.
Right.
And then you just buy everything by the weight or by the ounce.
So people have to bring their own containers, or do you have it in containers as well?
I have containers here as well for people who didn't bring one or don't bring one.
Right.
But, I like to offer different options. So I have containers for sale. I have non-breakable ones and glass ones.
Right.
I have a free donation bin of containers that are cleaned out for people to use if they just need a vessel. And of course, they can bring their own so that you're not, you're using an existing one. You're not like throwing away.
So you put them into the cycle then. You can assist them in getting into the cycle.
Yes.
So
a circular economy.
That sounds great. So if they don't bring their own, you can outfit them. And you can give them a hand in getting started. Now, let's go into some of the education aspects that I know you're passionate about this whole concept. One of your responsibilities is to get people to understand this. Explain it to me as if I was a novice, which I am, by the way.
So I guess it's just really hands-on. So if you pay attention to how many, containers that you use on a daily basis for food, skincare, even if you have a pet, like their little shampoo bottles and all that. Yeah. And just really pay attention to how much of that you're throwing away when it's empty. You can see that it's not, going to be good wherever that ends up going.
Right.
And we know now that only, I think, 4 to 6% of plastic actually gets recycled. And a lot of it just gets shipped off to other poor countries, and we write them a check to take those plastic containers, but they don't have the capacity to keep it or to do anything with it, so it ends up in the ocean.
Consider it done. Load on a barge and off it goes.
Yeah, like it never existed, but it really does exist. And
it does, yes.
Yeah.
I imagine that's a particularly sensitive area since we are a coastal city with the Gulf of Mexico right here, which is subject to some of that leftover plastic of one kind and another.
Mm-hmm.
What different products do you offer here? And then I want to know how you began to source this. I mean, this is a fairly unique concept in the U.S., right?
Yes, especially in Texas.
So how did you build your sourcing on this?
So you mean like vendors and?
Yeah, how did you find the stuff that you're going to put in these refillable bottles and everything?
Well, a lot of the bulk soaps, like laundry detergent, I get from a United States-based company, and they have like a lab or like a factory where they make all their soaps.
Right.
So, I think the biggest size container you can get is 55 gallons.
It's a lot of soap.
But it's made in the U.S., and I found them on a wholesale app called Fair, and I get a lot of stuff from there.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of local products as well that are smaller.
Walk me through, we're sitting at your table here. Why don't you visually walk me around the store and tell me what we're looking at? And then, if you're listening, you can come in and make this same trip yourself and hopefully buy something while you're here.
So right now we're sitting at our table where I actually do workshops, and I have artists and other local makers and things host workshops here. So
Wait a minute. You're a maker space as well?
yes, so I just started doing that when I moved downtown.
Yeah.
Because we have this little back area. And yeah, we've had a printmaking workshop, we've had a bouquet workshop, and then I do some different herbal workshops. So we're getting into that. And right now we're sitting next to the wall of teas and loose leaf herbs and loose leaf teas. I have lots of glass tea strainers, things like that can be reused. So everything in the store is either refillable, biodegradable, or washable and reusable.
Wow. Well, and moving on down the wall.
Moving on down the wall, we're going to the kitchen area. We have these things called Swedish cloths that are really popular. They're made from coconut fiber, and they're super absorbent like a sponge, but they're thinner, so they don't get as funky as a sponge. We got lots of other kitchen things like silicone Ziploc bags that are super sturdy and easy to wash. And then moving on to like the household cleaning bulk liquid cleaners and dish soap.
They look like boxes of wine almost.
Yes, it's like in a bag, and there's a spigot, and you just fill up your container.
Yeah.
And we got package-free dish pods for your dishwasher, candles that are local made. Then the laundry section, we have liquid laundry detergent, sheets.
Tell me about those sheets. My wife is really happy with the sheets, so tell the rest of them.
They've been very popular here. You just throw it in with the clothes, and it dissolves, and it lathers up the clothes, and you don't have to measure.
What size sheet is it then? How big is it?
I would say it's about 5 by 5, and there's a perforated line down the middle. You can rip it in half for small loads.
Really?
Yeah.
How neat. Oh, and I think she also has one of those, what did you call this?
Swedish cloth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They work.
Yes.
It's on our kitchen sink right now, so I know they work.
Love them.
All right, we got candles. We've got refillable stuff. Do you have clothing there too?
I do. Last summer I got the idea to sell swimwear made from recycled plastic containers, because we're by the beach and everything. So, yeah,
You've got.
that's what those are.
It sounds like your whole concept is rooted in a world concept, but also is localized to a beach or seaside community.
Yes.
How
Try to provide what's needed here and what people want.
when did you? This has to be approached with some amount of passion. When did that come to you? When did this passion begin to develop?
Probably when I was in high school and just starting to realize, like how much our environment impacts us. And when I started getting into like herbal teas and things like that, I really started having an appreciation for what the earth can give us. And I think that's a good segue for people to a responsibility to take care of the earth as well. It's hard to find very doable and tangible ways to actually help like on a daily basis. And I think refilling is the easiest, most visible, tangible way that you can impact or help reverse all the plastic waste that's been going into the environment.
Impactful and within reach.
Yes.
Where do your prices stack up in terms of, say, grocery store equivalents or something? How do you stack up on that?
So our laundry detergent, it's about 33 cents per load.
Yeah.
And the detergent itself is not diluted with water like, say, Tide would be.
Right.
So you don't need like a huge jug to last you a while. I would recommend like 64 ounces at the most.
Yeah.
And you only need 1 or 2 tablespoons per load. Really, one will do the trick.
So what you're saying is, if I consider a per volume price, that's not a fair comparison then.
Right.
Because you need to look at usefulness price,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is probably fairly competitive with the open market then.
Yes. And things like hand soap is about the same price as like if you're going for those quote unquote natural soaps that like Miss Meyer's, which actually isn't all plant-based. It's about the same price per ounce.
We have that in our bathroom, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
It's a very pleasant, smooth-feeling soap, as a matter of fact, and also cleans quite well.
Mm-hmm.
We've almost walked all the way around. So you've got over to your candles, and you've got a shelf right over there. Oh, beauty and cosmetics.
Yes.
Tell me.
So all of our makeup is natural, plant-based, and mineral-based. So the company or the brand we get them from uses like beetroot powder and rose clay for color. And those are really popular. We also have lots of skin cleansers and moisturizers. We have deodorant that's aluminum free.
Wow. You talked about doing workshops. Do you do workshops on beauty care and those kinds of things as well?
That is part of the plan. I want to do some bath bomb making workshops and face masks and things like that coming up soon.
You've got a great space here, by the way. Tell us where your space is located.
My space is located at 406 23rd Street, so it is right in between the Proletariat Gallery and Old Moon Deli. So I'm right in the middle of those two. Those are two big landmarks.
Between the Strand and Post Office, too.
Yes, in between the Strand and Post Office. So it's if you're walking around downtown, it's easy to walk to. It's walkable, and yeah, you can make lots of stops on the way.
You check all the boxes in what you're doing. Now, I saw another location. Is that an operational location now?
Yes. So that's my original location. It's on the Seawall. It's 4408 Seawall Boulevard, right in the same building as Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, yeah.
That one is open 3 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday,
right.
10 to 6.
And tell me your hours here then.
My hours here are Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
And we're going to put it on the podcast as well, but how would somebody reach you via email if they have questions?
My email is sunsetrefillery@sunsetrefillery.com.
And the website is?
The website is just sunsetrefillery.com, and all my contact info is on there as well, including my social medias.
What are the plans going forward? This is quite a leap, by the way, what you're doing right here.
The plans are to get a sign and
Step one,
and to continue doing more workshops, getting more local teachers in here to do workshops as well. And I don't want to promise anything, but I am working on getting a small grocery section in here.
Really?
For dry goods. So not sure how long that's going to take, but that's one of my dreams.
I need to ask you one more thing, too. What did people say when you said you were going to do this?
Good question. Well, I had to tell them what it was and get them on board with it. My family has been super supportive, and now they're super into it. And I feel like generally the response on the island has been positive, and even a couple people have said that they had the same idea that Galveston needed a zero waste store. And so people know what it is about, and I think they're slowly getting into the routine of it, because it's kind of like bringing your bag to the grocery store. You have to remember to bring your containers, but we have lots of grab and go things
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Some impulse items that you can offer, I guess.
Yes.
How should somebody prepare to come here? Just an open mind?
Open mind. A lot of people come in for the first time and just take note of what we have, and when they're empty on dish soap or whatever, they'll come back and remember to bring their container or get one of the containers we have here.
And by the way, I would suggest that you go to the website, because it's full of lots of information. More bio than you gave me, by the way. But it's got a lot about Danielle on there, too, and how she happened to get here. Okay, if somebody wants to contact you, email?
Email.
And once again, the address is?
406 23rd Street, Galveston, Texas.
It has been a pleasure chatting with you, Danielle.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks a lot.
This has been From the Pro, conversations with the creators at the Proletariat. Theme percussion created and performed by Patrick Wheeler, mastered by Chris Criticos. From the Pro is a Jim Bratton production. I'm Sierra Sakel.